viewers, the news is coming to you from News and Current Affairs Alumma television, situated here in Zamfara State Capital. As usual, our normal headlines. Zamfara State Police Command promises to rescue abducted girls in the state. UNICEF donates 750 million to primary schools in Zamfara State. Nigerian Senate calls on President Tinubu to stop electricity hike. Now, the full stories. Troops of Operation Halarin Daji have killed 7 bandits and recovered weapons and other logistics at Congo Sabwal Village, Wanke district of Usau local government area in Zamfara State. One of the operatives of the Operation Halarin Daji said that they organized an ambush operation along the route suspected to be used by the terrorists after they got information that a large number of suspected terrorists were making attempts to attack troops in the area. Our reporter, Rabi Atulawal, has more on the story.
According to him, the troops engaged the bandits, killed 7 of them, while several others escaped with gunshot wounds. Shortly after the encounter, the troops proceeded in pursuit of other plain bandits. In the process, they recovered 1 machine gun, ammunition, and 6 motorcycles from the armed bandits. The commander of the Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji, Major General Mukuch, commended the troops for the resilience, gallantry, and act of bravery in dealing with the bandits. Rabi Atlal Adam, Alumma News.
Thank you, Rabia, for those stories. Meanwhile, the Zamfara State Police Command has said it is intensifying efforts to rescue 4 abducted girls facing the threat of forceful marriage in the den of terrorists. It will be recalled that the 2-minute 19-second video clip released by the terrorists on Sunday, the abducted female was seen crying, calling for help from the Zamfara State Governor, Dauda Lawal, and the general public to come to their rescue before they will be forcefully married off by the bandits. The girls, who all wore hijabs and appeared emaciated, said they faced the threat of forced marriage over the inability of their families to pay the sum of 12 million naira ransom demanded by their abductors. The abductees, identified as Aisha Yahya, Jamila Yahya, Sani, and Hawa Garba, were kidnapped along Birnam Magajik Aura Namuda Road in Zamfara State 6 months ago. The spokesperson for the police command, Yazid Abubakar, said the police were doing everything possible toward rescue of the innocent girls. The appointment of Ark Ibrahim Musa Agigi as special advisor to Governor Dauda Lawal Dari of Zamfara State on infrastructures and urban development have been described as a step forward in making Zamfara a great state. Chairman Zamfara State branch of the Ahmadu Bello Alumma Association, Alhaji Mujitapai Isa, MNI, made the declaration while congratulating the appointee. Our correspondent, Bashar Ibrahim Anka, has more on the report.
In a statement issued to newsmen in Gusau, the chairman stated that the appointment of Architect Ibrahim Musa Agigi as special advisor is a great omen considering his past record of service in the areas of urban and regional planning in the state and beyond. According to him, the entire members of the Ahmadu Bello University Alumni Association, Zamfara State, are happy with the recent appointment and use the medium to thank His Excellency on behalf of the ABU alumni members worldwide for the appointment. In the same vein, the National Deputy President of the Ahmadu Bello University Alumni Association Worldwide, Malam Adamu Kwantagora, in a congratulatory message to the branch, commended Governor Dauda Lawan for the appointment. Kwantagora assured Governor Dauda Lawan that the appointee will do everything possible in making Zamfara develop. That has been the report. Bashar Ibrahim Anka, Alumma Television News.
The news is coming to you from Alumma Television here in Gusau, Zamfara State Capital. Before we go for a short break, I'll look at our major headlines. Zamfara State Police Command promised to rescue abducted girls in the state. ABU alumni commends Governor Dauda Lawal for appointing their member in his cabinet. In part 2, where we return, UNICEF donates 750 million to primary schools in Zamfara State. And Nigerian Senate calls on President Tinubu to stop electricity hike. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in a short while.
Alumma TV, nagari na kowa.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, the rest of the stories. 50 selected primary schools in 10 local government areas in Zamfara State will benefit from 750 million naira assistance from Norway Foundation for Self-Inclusive Learning and Skills for All, SILSA, a UNICEF program. This was contained in a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer of State Universal Basic Education Board, Malan Ibrahim Musa Maizari, and made available to newsmen in Gusau, the state capital. Our correspondent Hamida Abubakar Ansada has more.
The statement said that UNICEF focal person in Zamfara State Universal Education Board, Mustapha Ibrahim, made the pronouncement during a distribution of safety and security kit to benefiting schools for the first quarter in the state. He said Zamfara State is among the selected states in Nigeria to benefit from the gesture of the Norway Foundation, which is a body that provides support to primary schools as part of measures of curtailing the menace of insecurity in the state and the nation in general. In his address, the acting chairman, Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board, also Director Administration of the board, Alhaji Amina Kanuma, commended the effort of the Norway Foundation for distributing gesture and assure of the board readiness to ensure proper monitoring on how best to make use of it. He also called on the benefiting schools to use it judicially and pray for divine intervention in the restoration of peace and tranquility in all nooks and crannies of the state and country in general. Hamida Abubakar Ansado, Alumma News.
President Ahmed Bola Tinubu will soon honor the Zamfara female pilgrim Hajia Aishatu Eruguru Nahuchi, who had found the sum of $8,000 and returned the money to the owner while performing Hajj in Mecca this year. The chairman of Zamfara State Hajj Committee, Alhaji Musa Mallaha, made this known on Tuesday in Gusa while briefing newsmen in his office. Mallaha maintained that President Tinubu was happy when he heard the news of the honest woman and directed the National Hajj Commission to organize a national press conference with the lady for record keeping. Mallaha stressed that Hajia Aishatu Muhammad Nahuche has brought integrity to the Zamfara State in particular and the country in general, while calling on general public to emulate. Lawmakers in the country have called on President Bola Tinubu to look into Nigeria's current situation, economic situation, and allow the poor peoples to breathe by refraining from worsening their suffering through increase of electricity tariffs. We are told they made a demand during Tuesday's plenary session of the Senate, took turns to contribute to the motion titled Need to Halt the Proposed Increase in Electricity Tariff by 7 successors electricity distribution companies in discourse. For the rest of the stories, Bashir Sanda Gusau.
The motion was jointly sponsored by Senators Akintinde Yunus Abiodun, representing Oyo Central, Asuko Epiong, representing Cross River South, and Abbas Aminu Iya, representing Adamawa Central. The motion elicited contributions from senators who highlighted the economic challenges faced by ordinary Nigerians and the potential adverse effects that a tariff hike could impose on their already burdened livelihoods. Seconding the motion, Senator Asuko Epiong echoed that the removal of fuel subsidy has adversely affected the general price of goods and services in the country, with a very high rate of pass-through inflation. In his remarks, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio thanked his colleagues for speaking in favor of vulnerable citizens after taking the boys' vote. Bashir Sanda Gusau reporting for Alumma TV News.
Well, that's the news, but before we go, a look at our major headlines. Troops kills 7 suspected bandits in Zamfara State. Zamfara State Police Command promises to rescue abducted girls in the state. ABU Alumma commends Governor Dauda Lawal for appointing their member in his cabinet. UNICEF donates 750 million to primary schools in Zamfara State. And Nigerian Senate calls on President Tinubu to stop the electricity hike. BA Patriotic Citizen report any suspicious activities around you. On behalf of the production crew, I am Amina, Mustapha, Isma'Il. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned with Alumma Television.